Hello and welcome to another Beardy David video. Now, can you believe it? We are in March, so now it's time to do my March and April TBR. I can't believe how quickly those first 2 months absolutely flew by. And as you all know from watching my past video, if not, I'll link it up above, that I read 5 books since the turn of the year. So January and February I read 5 books, which is huge for me. So I'm going to get straight on into what I'm going to be reading over the next couple of months. So as some of you might be aware, this month, as in March, I am running a Marvel kind of movie-thon thing called Marvel March, #Marvel March. And it's where I'm going to be watching all of the Marvel movies in chronological order, and then I'm going to be doing a few other Marvel-y bits, play some Marvel video games and stuff. So I thought it'd be cool to read some Marvel bits. And luckily, my favourite author, and hopefully your favourite author, Nick Stone, has written 2 Shuri books. Now, if you don't know who Shuri is, she is the sister of T'Challa, aka Black Panther. And I've already started reading the first one. I think I'm a couple of chapters in already. Thought I'd get a little sneaky head start. And plus we're a little bit into March already, so that's completely fine. And it kind of does follow the Black Panther storyline, but more from Shuri's perspective, which I think is really cool. So you're finding out a little bit more. She's already, this is no spoiler, but I was thinking, I wonder if they mention any kind of other Marvel characters in this. And there's already been a very slight nod to Spider-Man, which I thought was very cool. So yeah, so all I know that in the first book is that she has to leave Wakanda and she has to fight, and I think she's worried about what happens if Black Panther dies, which sadly in real life that has happened, which is awful, and we still don't know what the future holds for the Black Panther movie franchise. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. It's an okay start, but I think it's only because I'm not finding it that excited at the minute because I'm relating it to the movie and some very noticeable nods towards what's happening in the movie. So it's I kind of already know that. But I think once it kind of develops out from that, I'm going to be very excited about that one. I've just had my first major video technical issue. So I've just spoken about the first book, and then I kind of stopped quickly and come back, and then I've just recorded everything I've just said, and I've gone to check the footage and it's all blurry. I think I must have clicked the screen and everything is blurry, and I can't be delivering that. That's just terrible, isn't it? That's not what I like to do. So you are unfortunately going to be getting a second-hand description on all of these books, but I'll try and give the same effort and oomph as I did the first time round. So after I finish Shuri, I'm going to be jumping straight into Shuri, The Vanished. Now, I've only had a quick glance over the back because I don't want too much to be spoilt from me from the first novel. But from what I can gather, and it's in the title, is that people vanish. People vanish. Simple as that. Apparently, lots of young women start disappearing all over the world, including a French physicist, and it's all down to Shuri to find out what's going on and hunt down. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of villains and enemies we get in this, and if they're recognisable, because I know I have got a massive Marvel superhero book, so whatever's mentioned in this, and actually the first one, I'm definitely going to kind of have a look if I don't recognise any of them. So yeah, looking forward to that one. So then once I do them 2, we'll see how we're getting on with the rest of Marvel March and what time I've got left. But hopefully I would have finished them in good time that I can start on Odd One Out. Now, I did say I was going to read this in my first TBR throughout January and February, but I just didn't get round to it. I think mainly it's because Ready Player 2 was such a slog for me, but I really had to fight through it, and that's probably why I didn't get through it as quickly as possible. But I still think the fact that I got through Ready Player 2 in that amount of time, as well as listening to 4 other books, is a great achievement for me. I've just popped this down. Oh, God, I've dropped it. Because in years gone by, if I would have had a book that I really didn't like, I would have just slogged through it over the course of about 10 months. Now, you're probably saying to me, why did you just do a DNF? But I didn't want to on Ready Player 2. I did want to get through it, because I kind of had hopes, and there were glimpses of Ready Player 1. I think if it would have been the first novel, then I definitely wouldn't have finished it. I would have fallen out of love with it pretty quick. But I just think because of Ready Player 1, that's why I gave it the time of day, really. But hey, we're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about Odd One Out. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting through this throughout March and April. I've told you all the blur quickly, but again, it follows three teenagers, and like this, it's a mixture of love and friendship between the three of them, and it's another brilliant YA novel by my favourite Nick Stone. So this will be three novels this month that I'm hoping to read by her, which is going to be awesome. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one, as I am with all Nick Stone books. So then the last one I'm going to be reading this month is a bit of an activity book, and it's called The Squiggly Career by Helen Tupper and Sarah Ellis. Now, basically, this book is all designed around trying to help you view your career and your work manner in a different way. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm in a full-time job. I'm very aware that I'm very lucky to be in a full-time job, and I love it. I love what I do. I think it's great fun, and I'm really learning from it. But this is kind of more of a personal look at how you work and how you can develop your own career. And I think this is something that I could really do with going through. My friend who lent me this book, she worked her way through this book, and she said it done wonders for like her confidence and her self-belief from work. And I was like, well, I could do with that, because unfortunately, when it comes to my work and when it comes to like the things that I achieve at work, I'm not very good. I'm not very good at like self-promoting myself. Not very good about telling people all the good things. I find it much easier, as like, you know, this is the British way, isn't it, where you feel more comfortable talking about the disappointments in your life. And I think it's about time that should change for me. You know, I'm 35 now. I'm kind of in the prime of my working career, and I want to get better. I want to feel better in myself when it comes to talking about myself, and just ways in which I approach learning, and just improving my like mental state when it comes to work. At the end of every few pages, there's an activity to do. I'm not going to write in this book because it's not mine, but I've got hundreds of notepads that I can kind of use to associate with the question. So yeah, I've got high hopes for this. I'm not planning on doing this over the next 2 months. This will kind of be a case of where I might do one activity a week and just kind of work my way through it like that until it's done. I think it will take a lot longer than 2 months to get through it, but yeah, as I said, like, I'm in no rush. She actually lent this to me last year, but I think with being furloughed at the time and not knowing if I was going to be in a job, I wasn't really in like the right state of mind to give it a try. But now that, as I said, like, I'm very appreciative and lucky that I have a full-time job, and now that I'm back in it, I kind of want to make the most of it and not waste any more time in making myself feel more appreciative of my own self when it comes to my working life, and actually, you know, recognising myself for how good I am at my job, because I am good at my job. You know, I didn't believe that in my past job. I had no self-confidence in it, but ever since I've started working for Cancer Research UK, like, my confidence has skyrocketed. But it can get higher. I know it can get higher, and it's gonna by using this book, hopefully. So that'd be really cool. Now you're probably thinking, oh, good on you, David. You're reading 4 books there. You've got lots to be getting on with. But hey, no, that's not enough. I'm going to be listening to 2 audiobooks as well. Now, the first one is Michael Connelly's The Lincoln Lawyer. Now, I'm fully aware that there is a Matthew McConaughey movie based on this book, and I have not seen that movie, so I'm very excited to get cracking on listening to this one. I've got both of these books I've reserved through the Libby app. I haven't got them yet, but I know I'm getting both of these books within the next 2 to 3 weeks, so they will fit in the 2-month time frame, and because you only get like 21 days with them, so you have to listen into them. But I listen to them when I'm on my walk, so that's fine. Sorry, I'm kind of gone off piste a bit, haven't I? Yeah, so Lincoln Lawyer. From what I know about the book, this is all about a lawyer called Mick, and he defends a young lad who is the son of a wealthy realtor, and he's been accused of raping a prostitute. Now, Mick, at the beginning of the trial, he's fully backing this young lad, thinking that he's innocent, and then he comes across some evidence. This kid isn't innocent, and he's in fact guilty. And so now I think it's probably about a push and pull on his conscience on whether he should do his job or he should do the moral thing and you know, make sure that this kid goes to prison for what he's done. So I'm a big like court case fan, so this is going to be right up my street. I think it's going to be great to listen to and really exciting, and lots of twists and turns and lots of lawyer terms which I enjoy listening to, even though sometimes I don't actually understand what they are. Then once I've listened to the audiobook, then I'm going to track down the movie, and I'll watch that and see how I get on with that, and see if I find it as exhilarating as the audiobook. And then my last book of the month is Alicia Cole's When No One Is Watching. Now, Lauren recommends me most of my own books and audiobooks because she's very, very good at doing that. I don't know if you know, but she's got quite a talent there. And then she said, I think you should listen to this. I think you'd really enjoy it. So, as always, and with a lot of times with audiobooks, and in fact books, I don't really delve too much into what the book's about. I can't from maybe like the category that it was initially in, because I kind of like to go almost a bit blind and just learn the book as we go along. So I've kind of had a little look at about her when no one is watching, and it seems to be what they're calling it is like a Rear Window meets Get Out type book, and it's about a character called Sydney, and she lives in her little neighbourhood, and it's all quite quaint and nice. Then all of a sudden, all like the neighbours start changing, they start moving out, and as far as she's aware, that they're just moving out to the countryside. That they all want to go and live somewhere else, but it turns out that that's not the case, and it's something a lot more like corrupt and lots of conspiracy theories and maybe a bit more sinister. And then her and one of the new neighbours, they kind of join forces in finding out what's going on. So to me, that sounds bloody excellent and really exciting, and I'm intrigued to find out a lot more about that. So there we go, 6 books over the next 2 months I'm hoping to achieve, well, except for maybe the Squiggly Career one, which might take me a little bit longer. But still, just thinking that at the end of April, I might already be into double figures of reading. That is crazy to me, and I'm so excited about... Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to get into double figures this year, we know that. But how many figures into those doubles am I going to get? That's just the crazy thing about it, and I'm so excited, and it's brilliant. So, there we go. 6 books over the next couple of months. We'll see how I get on, and then at the beginning of May... Wow, seems like a long way away, but it will soon be here, and then life is going to be a little bit more normal by then. Hopefully, next time you see me talking about these books, I will definitely have shorter hair, so I've got to wait until the 12th of April to get this done, and it's already out of control, as you can see. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? So, as always, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the next video.